Conversations in the Den. Today, our guest is Erick Argumendo, a 2 year stroke survivor. And this is, my co-host Jennifer Wolfenden. Jennifer, this is Erick.
Hi.
This is Jennifer.
Yes,
Erick.
thank you. Erick, welcome.
Hello. How
Hi.
you doing,
Hey,
ladies?
So how are you feeling today?
Erick,
Thank
you're
you. Thank you very much for inviting me over. Makes me
yes.
really excited, and Maria, this is something that I really want to do in the future. My goal is to educate survivors that whatever the doctor says, not to believe, because I'm kind of proof that they told me I was never gonna get up from bed or walk ever again
Yeah,
or
you
talk.
have to you have to create your own determination. You have to
So I
activate your
thought,
determination.
yeah, it was really hurtful when they told me in front of my mom, and I couldn't talk at the moment, so I just laughed, and my mom saw me, and I couldn't get up. I wasn't able to lift my head, so I just looked at my mom like that, and I was like, all right, that was my fire. Since then, I'm against that.
Erick, tell us your story from the beginning. Now, tell us from from college right on to today, because you were in college when this happened,
No,
and you
actually, I was done with college. That was when I went to college when I was 18 years old. I was 33 years old when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was a plumber.
um,
The,
say that again,
that,
please. I'm sorry.
I'm
Say that
sorry,
again, please. You were a
plumber.
plumber. Okay.
Yes.
This happened when you were 33 years old,
Yes, pretty much.
and this is 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years and 3 months, 4 months. It
Okay.
happened July. My stroke happened
It's down
July
to the minute.
2018.
So tell us from the beginning what happened. What were you in the middle of life? Marriage,
Actually,
children, work.
I was waking up, was ready to watch a soccer game because it was during the World Cup. So I woke up feeling, I'm not gonna lie, the night before I kind of party a little bit too much. So I had a
Well,
kind of
Erick, it's World Cup. I mean, even the
yeah,
businesses party,
yeah.
you know?
So I woke up feeling like hangover. Thought it was. So I woke up. I went to the bathroom, and then had an urge to throw up. So I was trying to make myself force throw up. I tried 3 times, and out of sudden, I felt like a cool breeze going
Mm-hmm.
through my brain in my hair, and I
Mm-hmm.
started feeling shaky. And then it just, my brain pretty much, I remember about 1 minute. So my girlfriend helped me get up from the bathroom. Then after that, I started walking to the bed, but I was feeling really shaky, dizzy, trying
Mm-hmm.
to sit down. Then I drank water. I lay down, and she's like, "You don't look good. You look green." And I was like, "You know what? Let me drink some more water, and then let me relax."
Oh, so
Then
you
I
thought
got
this was
up.
the after effects of the night before partying.
I don't remember because I didn't have no signs of the stroke. And then so the third time I was trying to do that, I just couldn't move. Then I was like, and I told myself, this is bad. And then I told her, call 911, please. Then thank God the fire paramedic came within 10 minutes. So they came over, they checked my blood pressure, and it was 280.
Wow.
Wow.
And then they look at the face. I mean, I remember everything. So, and they're like, what you were doing. I was telling what happened. So they checked my blood pressure 3 times, and they're like, it was like 280, 275, 280. So they
Wow.
rushed me to the hospital, and then they were asking me questions, what was going on, where I was, what my name, who the person was. So that took about another 20 minutes because luckily I live close to the hospital.
Yeah.
So they rushed me right away.
That was totally good.
They rushed me and then they put me on the stretcher, and there was like 10 doctors. And then they put me a doctor and through FaceTime, and they're like, "Oh, we need you concerned to put PT8 on you." I was like, "You know what? I'm in your hands. Don't ask me anything. You got the concern to do anything you want." And then there you go.
So Eric, so tell me, you have children?
Thank God I don't.
Okay.
But in
So
the future, maybe.
So when did you know that you had a stroke?
In the hospital.
Okay.
Because it's funny because they did a TPA on me, and then I remember doing this the scan, the MRIs, and all that. Then out of sudden, I even called my boss. I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow." Then I was talking, I was fine, and then all of a sudden, it just went. It went from here, just down to like I couldn't talk, I couldn't move. And then they told my mom and my girlfriend there, "Oh, he had a stroke." That I was like, whoa. Then
yeah, you didn't believe them, right?
no, and I didn't even know what a stroke was because all I knew, my grandma had a couple, and then my great grandma had another one, and I was just like, okay, I just didn't know what it was, you know.
Yes.
But then
Eric, where do you live? Do you live in what part of the
San
world are you?
Francisco, California.
You live in California.
Yes.
Okay. And so walk me back to you getting sick, because at this point in time you don't know that you had a stroke. You're sick. You ask, you know something is wrong with you, and you ask your girlfriend to call 911. At this point in time, I know this is going to sound funny. Are you thinking I better not miss the World Cup?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I had a job interview after around that. This happened on between when the show happened. It happened at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I had a job interview at 12. So I was just mad at myself that I was gonna miss my job interview because I'm not working.
So it wasn't about a World Cup. It was about missing an interview.
No, because the game already knew who was gonna win, and then that happened. But I was more mad because it was a great opportunity for me to work. Then I was gonna miss. You know, that's what I was mad about.
Yeah.
And so tell me about, you are in the hospital, you're listening to the doctors say to your mom and your girlfriend, he's never going to walk again. What else did they say in California?
Well,
what else did they say that you could?
Because when I was in the hospital, I went from like being okay to like done vegetables. Because even my friends are like, "Oh, you don't look good. I don't think he's gonna survive." Because I lost everything. Then after,
so they didn't think you were going to survive the night.
the stroke, because I went from like being talkative or at least kind of movement to like not be able to walk, talk, move. And I couldn't even I was barely open my eyes because the light was too hurtful.
You were in the midst of having the stroke while you were going to the hospital.
Yeah, so I think I had the stroke after I had the TPA.
Okay, so they give you the clot buster.
Yes.
Okay.
And
so
then
your
sorry?
your hands and feet work.
No, before. When I got to the hospital, I even walked with the paramedics to the stretcher, and then and I even talked to the doctor. I was like, "Yes, I give him my concern." I even called my boss. And it's like, you know what? I remember everything. And then they will come every 30 minutes, move your arm, move your legs, move your fingers. Then it started getting worse and worse and worse. to the point I couldn't move.
So
So
do you,
did you have
go
did you
ahead,
have
Maria.
what kind of stroke did you have, Eric?
I had a ischemic. Excuse me.
Okay, so you had an ischemic stroke. They gave you the TPA,
But I have my stroke
where was the
happened.
clot?
What happened is my stroke was severe because it hit my tooth size. So in the bottom of my brain, the bottom of my ear.
Your brainstem. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my major stroke was on the right side, of course, because I can move my left, but also transferred to the right. So
Wow.
I didn't have control of anything, pretty much.
So you pretty well had two strokes at the same time.
Good of, yeah.
Oh, they just don't know then at this point if you had two strokes or one. Is that correct?
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know
Okay.
that you got clogged from the both sides.
And so
That it
Eric, tell
transferred.
me, and you played a professional soccer in high school, in college, right?
Well, I went to college and I played this league that we get paid. Now it became semi-pro. So before it was like, okay, there was club teams, and then all the players would get paid.
Okay, so when you were in college, you played semi-pro soccer. Is that correct?
I was community college. You know, I played one
So,
year.
so what does it feel like to not be able to play soccer now, having a stroke? What does that do to you? What do you think?
For me, soccer. I played soccer since I was 7 years old, all my
Mm-hmm.
life. Soccer was my escape
Yes.
from my problems, from the world. I was another person
That was your
in that
passion.
little rectangular. For 90 minutes, that person that was in there, nobody like, I was not the one I was outside the field. I was mean, bad, hard, dirty. Um, I, I play with a lot of heart. It's like all my frustration, I've let go out.
So,
So
so you played soccer after the stroke?
Not yet. I'm planning to.
Ah, okay. So I
what?
guess what you're telling me is that when you played before the stroke, you played to win and you did what you had to do.
Yeah, I hate to lose. And
Okay.
I hate to lose. I'm a terrible loser. But you know what? But during the game, I would hate to lose. But when the game is over, I was like, all right, it's over. Whatever. You know, let's
You
move
hate,
on. And
losing is not in your vocabulary.
exactly.
Okay, so
I don't take those. I don't take
what
those
part
too
of your
easy.
recovery are you in now?
I would say between 75, 70. Is the thing is that I feel changes. It's weird. Yesterday, I asked a couple questions because I'm feeling that my body is like waking up. It's like it's telling me signs. And it's incredible. It's hard to explain what I feel, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think one of the things with stroke is that we make gains daily, but sometimes it's hard for us to see the daily gains. But in about a month or two, we kind of look back and go, oh, I can see that. Or a year or two, and you go, I can see that. And even with people around us, sometimes it's harder for them to see that we've made gains, and that we're getting better. So I don't know if do you find it harder with the people around with you to notice how much how far you've come, or do you find it harder with yourself? Are you hard on yourself?
yes, I'm really, really hard to myself. Since I was a kid, it's kind of like bad and good, I guess. Quality about me, because that stubbornness is pushing me. And then so I asked my friends, and then I'm like, I don't feel that I'm changing, you know? I don't. But sometimes I do little things. I'm like, wait a minute. I couldn't do that last week or like yesterday.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
So,
amazing. That's
so
wonderful.
like it's things like that. And then sometimes I see people that haven't seen me for so long, and they're like, wow, you look different.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know.
So listen, Erick, tell me something. What is different about you? Are you still working as a plumber, or are you not working anymore?
Nah, I can't work right now because I don't have control of my arm and leg yet. So
Okay.
right now I'm not. And I'm gonna have a surgery next month. I'm
Okay.
having a heart surgery.
Heart surgery.
Okay,
Oh
so
Yeah.
man.
the clot. Okay, so Eric, did the clot? Did they when they were researching your body, when they were doing the diagnosis, did they find that the clot came from your heart?
No. They don't know where it came from. It's because pretty much a year before I had the stroke, I got diagnosed with high blood pressure.
Okay.
Already.
Then they told me, you know what, you got to take your medication every day, watch what you're
Mm-hmm.
eating, change your habits, and whatnot. Then
Yeah,
I
and did
start,
you follow their
and I
instructions?
start, then I started doing the instructions as they told me. But then a month later, I start having the blood pressure pill side effects. Then I was like, no, this is not me. I don't like this. So I stopped. Then
Like
exactly a
you stopped
year,
like without even informing your doctor?
I told him to change my pills and then gave me another one. But it still wasn't having the same effects. So then I
Okay.
was like, you know what? I'm healthy. I'm young. I work out a lot. I play soccer a lot. I'm gonna be okay. Then within a year that I stopped, shock happened.
So let me ask you this, Erick. If you were given a chance to go back, would you stop taking those pills, or would you just persevere with your doctor in finding the right pill?
It's kind of hard question to answer. Yes, I would take
Yeah,
that
I know
back.
some of the side effects of the blood pressure pills, especially on men, like their nature and things of that nature. Um, so they don't like to take the pill, blood
Yeah.
pressure pills, because it affects their ability to have an erection. It affects their sex drive and a lot of
And
different things. And so a lot of men choose not to take the blood pressure pills. But then you have to find a natural remedy.
yeah.
You can't just do
With
nothing.
Yeah. So Erick, would you if in hindsight, would you go back? Would you say you would go back and do that differently? Now that you know the effects of stroke, would you do it? Would you do it differently just to prevent what happened?
if I knew the side effect of stroke, I
I'm sorry.
probably would. If I knew what was going on, how tough a
Hmm.
stroke is,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
But
guess go
at the
ahead.
same time, I told Maria that I'm kind of blessed that this stroke happened to me because it saved my life. I was,
Man.
I was, I was bad. I was in a
Yeah.
really dark place of my life.
And
Okay.
now,
And
so tell us about that. Tell us about your life pre-stroke not being great and your life post-stroke being great. Tell us about that.
um, what I can tell you, I was really bad. I used to hate my life. I used to tell everybody, you know what, I'm not gonna make it to past 50. And everybody at work be like, um,
And you're only
whatever, like,
35 now.
yeah. But everybody was like, I would get in trouble or something at work or I was like, you know what, I don't care. I'm not gonna make it to 550. Or I used to have a bad habit of drinking energy drinks. So and then my coworkers, my
Yeah,
friends,
the
like you
energy
need to,
drinks are not good for you.
and they're like, you need to stop drinking that. I don't care. I'm not gonna pass 550. Trust me, I'm not gonna do that. So that was my mentality back then. And then pretty much I used to like be a party animal in a way.
Okay, so
So
you were a party guy, you like to drink, and you like to drink, and to keep functioning, you would drink energy drinks.
yeah, I would drink because my work was really tough, really physical, And then sometimes my routine was early in the morning, have 2 cups of coffees with just a little piece of bread. That's my breakfast. Then stop at a gas station, have an energy drink, then have another coffee, just buy a little water bottle, and then, things and eating bad, eating fast
So you were
food,
living a double life. You were an athlete who was treating his body badly.
pretty much. I told the doctors, I told everybody that my car, I drove pretty much my life was before the stroke is that I drove a car with no gas, no oil, nothing into just collapse. So that happened to me.
So let me ask you this, Eric. So before the stroke, you had a death wish.
I didn't. I just never thought I was gonna make it to 50.
He just was living reckless. He was just not taking care of himself.
Eric, tell me what's good about stroke. Tell me about what is great about your life after the stroke. Tell me about that.
You get to realize how strong you can be as a person, as your brain tells you. Mm-hmm. And then if you really put your mind into it, you can do whatever you want. I told everybody before I was physical strong, I would able to lift 120 pounds or more with no problem. Now, and then my thing is that people would tell me, let's go, Eric, let's go to the bar. All right, Eric, let's go here. Okay. I always say, okay, no matter if I had to work or I had to do other things, I was never to say no.
Oh, so now you're more disciplined with your life.
Now I'm more strong here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. That is wonderful, Eric. That is just, that's amazing that you can say that post-stroke, you like your life better. Is that true? That you like your life better post-stroke than pre-stroke? Is that true?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, right now it's tough.
Yes.
In the bottom of my heart.
I don't necessarily think you like your life better. Maybe you like yourself better.
Ah, good point. Good point. You like yourself better.
To be honest, I like my life right now because I'm happy.
Ah,
I'm happy with myself.
Yes.
Before I wasn't happy.
Yes.
Before.
And I understand that. I understand that, Eric.
Before I would pretend to be happy. I would drink.
Okay. Before you were going through the motions of happiness.
Yeah, I would drink
to know what happiness is.
I would drink to like enjoy life. I had to have a drink for me to be able to enjoy life. And if I would not drink, I would not be able to dance or not hang out with people. I always had drinking around me. So now, I don't need that.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Eric. I'm so proud of the man you've become today. So let me say that kudos to you. I think you have a strength and a determination up here, like you say. It's not a body power. It's a power that you have up here. And that's beautiful. That's very beautiful. And that determination that you have, it's going to take, I wouldn't be surprised if you talk to us in 2 years that you are actually playing soccer. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. You have an amazing determination. And as Maria and I talk about, the people that we see, that I personally see, that gets better complete all the time and make leaps and bounds in their recovery are the people that have that absolute stubborn determination. They will not lay down and be disabled. And you've got that thing.
Yes.
So good.
Since I was a kid, I mean, I never had my parents around because my mom had to come to the United States. My parents divorced when I was a kid, but I was with my grandparents. And then all that, but always been around my family that showed me hard work. Mm-hmm. And then since I was a kid. But I also
learned that determination from your grandparents.
But I also been really independent person since I was a kid. Because I was the first one. And then the only one with my mom and dad original marriage. So I always been alone. So
Yeah.
pretty much, I always been a fighter since I was a kid.
That's good. Listen, that's awesome. Erick, listen, we are out of time, but I wanted to ask you something before we go.
Yeah.
Was there a point in time where, what point in time did you actually, when you actually say to yourself, look at, I like my life now. I like me now. Like, was there a point in time? Was it a year later? Was it 6 months later that you kind of look, you kind of said, did something click in your head? Did something happen to make you go, wait a minute, I like this new Erick? Like, is there something like that?
Yeah. It was kind of funny. It was at a big party. Then, everybody was like having fun and everything. And of course, I'm not gonna lie. I drink one beer or two, but that's it.
So you still had a social life. You were still
Yeah,
socializing.
I'm still moving around. Trust me. I drive, which I wasn't supposed to. Now I got my license. One day, seriously, I grabbed my keys. I took my car off, came back home. My mom was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You know what, Mom? I gotta do this for myself because nobody else is gonna do it for me."
Mm-hmm.
So then I started driving. A year later, I got my license. I go everywhere. I hang out with people. So one day I was at a party, and I was like, "You know what? I'm having fun without me getting drunk." And then I enjoy my people. And then I enjoy now, I live by the moment.
Yes.
Because life is too short.
It sure is.
And so, Erick, what would you tell another athlete that has had a stroke and they're just feeling down in the dumps and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to play soccer again. I'm never going to skate again. What would you say? I'm going to give you practically the last word. What would you say to someone that's an athlete and that wants to do that and they've had a stroke? What would you say?
The only thing we got to do is just try. You never know if you don't try. That's the last thing we can do. Just try. Because if you don't know, you're never going to see the results. Just give it a try and give it a 100 or 200%.
Yes, I agree. Well, listen, God bless you. Continue to recover. I know you're going to make leaps. I know that determination that you have, you're going to make leaps and bounds in your recovery. Thanks for talking to us. Okay.
Thank you very much for everything.
Video of him work on the stroke site doing his workout, and I was in shock. I mean, he's doing weights, he's doing all kinds of things that I'm 5 years in, and I work out every day, but I could never even. I mean, I'm a woman, he's a man, but he does some amazing workouts. Like, he pushes his body, and I
All I
think you
can do
have to
is
push your
try.
body.
All I can do is try and take the best on my second chance, because you never know.
Yes.
I think this is it. I'm not gonna waste my time anymore.
Good for you.
That's wonderful.
Good for you. That's great.
I'm happy to hear you say that.
Thank you, ladies, for everything. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
And thank you so much for coming on the program. We really appreciate it.
Whenever I'm free, whenever you guys want me to.
I inspired a lot of people today.
Yeah.